Across the Caribbean, it's already been upgraded to Category 3, winds of 120 miles an hour. Forecasters predict Florida is going to be the next region hit. Irene expected to make landfall at around 2 a.m. local time on Friday. That's 7 a.m. UK time. Early Saturday morning, she's expected to hit South Carolina, then North Carolina. On Sunday, Virginia predicted to be the next in its path. By Monday morning, Irene should have made it as far as New York and Maine, right up there on the Canadian border. And this is how it looked on the ground. It was Irene that triggered the lightning, which destroyed Richard Branson's Caribbean holiday homing earlier in the week, causing a fire in the main building. Kate Winslet was staying there, and she managed to rescue Sir Richard Branson's mum. It's feared the storm could strengthen as it approaches the US coast. Fox News reporter Phil Keating is in the Bahamas, normally a rather nice place to be, but it's looking a bit windy there, Phil.
Yeah, Jeremy, not too bad here, actually, compared to how windy and the wind and the rain that were really pounding this island earlier this morning around 5, 6, 7, 8 a.m. As the eye was slightly south of the latitude of Nassau and then went up east of Nassau, coming about 60 miles close to the capital of the Bahamas. But right now it's about 100 miles, the eye of the hurricane, 100 miles north-northeast of Nassau. So the wind speeds here on New Providence Island and the surrounding islands here in the central Bahamas down to about 30 miles per hour with some occasional gusts that are larger. But all of the trees you see behind me took a battering this morning. In and around Nassau, there are power lines down, power outages, trees down, roads blocked, and the National Emergency Damage Assessment teams for the Bahamas, not only they're here on this island driving around to see what exactly was damaged, how bad the damage was, and what needs to be most immediately repaired, but even out southeast of here, out in the southeastern islands where Hurricane Irene first wreaked her havoc, where we're getting reports by the administrator of Ackland Island that 80% of the homes in a place called Lovely Bay now totally flattened and gone. One thing that is good out of all of this, we haven't heard any reports of losses of life, but it's certainly a good taste test for what is on the way for the United States eastern coastline, and the hurricane is going to continue pounding and ravaging the northwestern islands, Abaco Island in the Bahamas throughout the day today, and then Friday is really a recharging day, not over land, but marching slowly, perhaps regaining strength as it heads up into the Carolinas for a weekend of heavy rain, heavy winds. And the taste test this morning, expect to take a beating, get battered, get pushed and blown around by the winds, and a lot of rain. That's a hurricane, and this is the part of the storm where finally the worst is over, and we've started to see some of the people, a lot of them tourists, who could not get out of the Bahamas before the airport closed, so they remained here at hotels, basically riding it out. But now we've seen a few people starting to walk around, take photographs of the damage that you can see around the beach.
Phil, great. Thanks very much for the update. Phil Keating on the Bahamas there.